Good afternoon, and welcome to the Government Operations and Fiscal Policy Committee. Today's agenda includes 6 legislative items. First, piece of legislation concerning county grocery store. So before we discuss that legislation, we'll have a briefing from the policy group, and I'll turn to Mr.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Today we'll begin with reading about feasibility of a county-owned grocery store, especially times like these where we have less certainty about the federal role in our system and evidence seemingly weekly about next between the dot and numerous health disorders and cancers. We need to know more about local food system and what can be done to control our own fate. I want to thank the policy group and Lavinia Baxter with special thanks to Cedar. And we have also been working with redevelopment authorities Nicole Hall, who in addition to being chief of real estate of former grocery store manager, and Kim Rushlinch from the Soil Conservation District. Now I'll ask the microphone to Mr. Calendar to review the PowerPoint. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Mr. Calendar.
Thank you. Good afternoon, Madam Chair, member of the council. For the record, my name is Caleb Calendar. And first, I'm going to say I want to give to my colleague David Notes and Sylvia Singleton for their contributions to this presentation report. All right, so just a rundown of the agenda. So first, we'll be discussing the proposed resolution. Then we'll go and look at the MCPPD PGC Food Subsidy conducted in 2015. Then we'll look at efforts that have been taken place within the community to this point to combat food deserts. And we will look at the idea of publicly owned grocery stores and challenges that come along with this. And then we'll identify case studies, some that failed and some that have succeeded. And then we'll identify some other low-cost solutions. And then we'll turn it over to Ms. Brandon to our right. He will talk about the peak market. So, purpose of GRO 92 is to authorize the feasibility study to evaluate the potential of establishing a county-owned grocery store. Study will evaluate items such as viable locations, capital and operational costs, as well as potential funding sources. In 2015, the Maryland National Capital and Planning Commission, Georgia County Planning Department completed food system study, where they identified issues such as food deserts, provided a host of policy recommendations you will see on the side of your screen. MNDPC identified 6 areas as food deserts, which you will see on the right side, which include areas such as Fairmont Heights and Garden. And so the health department now has the health food priority area map that keeps track of food deserts and is dated regularly. However, there needs to be a resolution to the council to release the data map, which may provide a more up-to-date look at the food deserts in the county. So looking at some previous efforts that the county has taken to combat food deserts and privilege county, this includes the capital market, with the community-based farmers market, as well as we look at policy advocacy groups such as Food Equity Council, who advocate items such as legislation to permit food trucks and farm stands sell healthy food in neighborhoods. Councilmember Blagay recently introduced a bill to support health of food and cure residents with chronic diet-related illness. So what are publicly owned grocery stores? Publicly grocery stores operate or typically these initiatives have been limited to rural areas. The idea has been to expand to more urban areas that lack access to healthy food. So there are a few challenges that come along with publicly owned grocery stores, including profitability. Managing grocery store involves significant operational costs and overhead, which strain public budgets. Grocery stores mostly operate at large and typically must stay in loss for their first few years before break even and potentially earning a profit. This could all prove to be a distraction for struggling local grocery stores or markets may lose on business due to the establishment of publicly owned grocery stores. Next, we'll look at a few case studies. First, starting with the county at the Adams Plaza Center. After 30 years, the display in the shopping center closed in July 2016 after the store struggled to make profit. They all struggled to renegotiate a favorable lease with the owners of the shopping center, so created a food desert opportunity for the food market, which was operated by the nonprofit Oasis Community Partner. Also received over $1 million in funding from among their city's economic development fund and revenue authority. The market was only open for a couple months as it experienced challenges with vendors and as to capital. As well as some of the challenges that are listed here, there were significant delays to funding issues and complications during the COVID-19 pandemic. They also faced permitting issues as well. In addition to shops expressing satisfaction with high prices and shelves. So the next 2 case studies are public stores that are in the West are still running. So the store that's on your left in St. Paul serves about 614 residents. Some of the unique features that this store has is maintaining a mobile app, weekly ads, recipes, promotional offers. This allows them to keep up engagement with their customers. The store that you'll see on the right side is also a home, the Oasis Fresh Market, which is like a good food model in the sense that it is owned by the city, but the city provides funding for the market. The Oasis Market has a strong community engagement, which also includes a demonstration kitchen for cooking classes. Next case study are grocery stores that have closed due to a multitude of reasons. Would include competing local grocery stores, a lack of safe environment, low clientele numbers, inability to match low prices of retails, high cost of rent, inability to match the amount of revenue may impair the expenditure law. So these are all things and complications that we need to consider when developing public grocery store within Georgia County. The final case study we can look at is one of the U.S. military. The military agency operates on a cost-plus model, leveraging centralized buying power of the Defense Department to sell goods what they pay for them. Plus, a percentage charge covers the cost of store construction and modernization. Using federal employees as staff remove labor costs from individual store balance sheets and ensure that providing affordable food isn't compromised by pressure on wages and private grocery. Other local solutions that we were able to identify to help combat food insecurity include food banks and pantries, community-supported agriculture, community gardens, farmers markets, and green/ugly food programs. So, in summary, there are struggles and complications that can come with the grocery store, but it is attainable through proper structure and proper operational strategies developed by Prince County. And next, I'll pass it over to Brent Stark, former county employee who owned the Peace Market headquartered in Highest, Maryland, to the successful solutions implemented to address the issue of providing clear food options to those county food desert areas. Thank you.
Thank you, Caleb. Good afternoon, council members. My name is Brandon Starks. I'm the founder and CEO of the People's Market, a farm-to-door delivery service that specializes in delivering fresh, local, organic, and natural food directly to consumers across the DV, Baltimore. We just expanded to Baltimore and Baltimore County. To the People's Market in 2022, bridge gap resident lack access to premium grocery stores or farmers markets in the neighborhood. Business model focus on sourcing food right here in our backyard and throughout the region, ensure equitable, sovereign, and secure food supply chain. We partner with small, black-owned farms and so minority-owned farms in Prince George's County and across the region, as far south as Virginia and as far north as Pennsylvania. Our goal has always been to make high-quality, locally sourced food accessible to everyone, no matter zip code. So I'm all the fifth generation from Georgia. My run deer. I love for local organic food comes from a great mother who grew on a farm too far here in Chiville, Maryland. She later worked as a custodian in Prince George's County Public Schools for 3 years and taught me food, not just fuel, it's medicine. She told me a story when I was younger about why she ate the way she did when she was in her 40s. Her doctor told her to was taking blood pressure medication. And instead of just accepting the doctor's prognosis, she tried to educate herself. She went out, bought books, food nutrition, despite only having a great education, and learned how to use food to heal her body naturally. So it's smoking, changed her diet, and never did that medication. My grandmother, to be 98 years old, until her last day, sharp, independent, and very strong-minded, so taking herself to the grocery store and live independently. And what I want the people of Prince George's County. That's why I just work, the ability to live long, healthy, independent lives because I have access to food that sustains them. A feasibility study, the one for you today, can create opportunity for our community and set us on a path to making local, sustainable food more affordable, especially more accessible for everyone. How survey works, so a little education about people's markets. So, residents can subscribe a weekly pro box or opt direct through our online platform, a la carte items, and subscribers receive a box curated produced each week, which sort of like what I work with our local farms, which features about 6-7 locally owned items that are either organic or natural. In just over 2 years, we have built a strong foundation of community trust and demonstrated that demand for local healthy food and have demonstrated that demand for healthy food is not the issue. Access part is a real issue that our community members are challenged with. We currently maintain 55% customer retention rate, which speaks to the quality of our product and the consistency of service. Our high-performing community right here in Georgia County, we serve the DM area, Prince George's, part of Montgomery County, all of DC, Arlington, Alexandria, Baltimore, in Baltimore County, and our highest growing areas are Bowie, Mitchellville, Lake Art, Woodmore, Springdale, Upper Harbor, a few communities north of that border, Prince George's County, which just goes to speak to the need and access issues people have here in the county and surrounding area. From 23-24, we experienced a 57% increase in sales, and each year, with year, obviously still we're in our last quarter, sales have grown 87% compared to last year, and in 2025 alone, complete more than 3,500 deliveries. We only deliver once a week every Sunday. To keep growing, and we're going to set up operations in 2026, larger warehouse right here in Georgia County, in Edensburg, Maryland. Over 60,000 followers across social media and thousands of subscribers to our weekly newsletter. Continue to educate and inspire residents about the importance of eating local, invest in their health through food. I know this conversation is centered on food deserts. We recognize they remain a serious challenge in Prince George's County, and not only Prince George's County, but in the region. But we all have to honor about what data shows. Simply owning a traditional brick-and-mortar grocery store in immunity-designated food that is often not financially viable on its own. With very thin margin, inflation pressure, which led to its closing. That's my purpose with my thoughts and recommendation here about this feasibility is to explore ways that can open a grocery store that thrives in a sustainable, long-term way, and have a couple ideas about how we can do this. We can attract people to the grocery store regardless of income. So you have income people go to a grocery store to get specialized product. Low food is a specialized product. It takes away but anything traditional grocery shelf, and when people taste it, they'll know the difference. We also integrate community experience and low event into these spaces, take them to community hubs, also bring people from other communities into the community where the community is located, and also take food more accessible for all, whether you live in the community, whether you're visiting family community, or whether you're coming to the community for that same purpose, or you sit at home and delivery house, you'll get access to fresh, low food right here in Prince George's County. So I only support this feasibility study because it's not just about food sovereignty, economic empowerment, and community health. Prince George's County has the opportunity to lead the region and redefine what equitable food access looks like. My great mother showed me possible people have access to the right food and the knowledge to use it. I want everyone in this county to have the same opportunity. Thank you for your time and your leadership on this board, Matt.
Thank you. Any questions, my colleagues? Oh, Ms. Ivy has a question. Councilmember Brady?
Of course, if anyone on the committee, it's not on the committee. Okay. I noticed, and I wanted to write this. What's your name? I think it was Taylor who was doing earlier presentation and mentioned the food deserts. And included Glenarden, which really got me. I don't know how you all are deciding what's a food desert, but Glenarden is home, Wegman, Costco, Lidl. I mean,
I can speak to that.
Okay.
Member, good afternoon. I'm David Noda from the Student Policy Team. So that study was from 2015, and a lot changed, obviously, in the county in terms of development since then. Also, the report that was developed by the Parks and Metrics, I can't speak to how the metrics operate. I have the study in front of me at the moment, but they use their own metrics that they developed that were unique, and so I can follow with Park Planning to ask a question.
so I assume there's a plan to update that? Okay.
I'd have to defer to Park Planning on that. But, at the moment,
I'm getting
also-
some nods.
Still single. This study, as David mentioned, it's an old study. However, there's a current app needs a resolution to be released. That's what goes to. It's a little blur on there. The department is working on it. There's a whole website. If you go in this, the link, that's this link, areas of healthy foods. It has current information, but needs to resolution to bring that forward and up those numbers, those areas.
Thank you. I do a question about the 2015 food study and want to know how any of the policy recommendations from the study have been implemented. Do anyone know?
So out of the 18 policy recommendations that were included in the study, and there are, I think, a dozen sub-recommendations, I believe only 2 or 3 have been completely dated, or completely implemented. So, for example, one of them is to support the Georgia's Food Equity Council. Another is to promote alternative food retail models, such as food hall program that I believe Councilmember Ivy put forth legislation on a few years ago. So honestly, there's very many of the recommendations have been followed through on.
So based on kind of what was shared in Kayla's presentation, could improve chances of county-owned stores succeed?
So there are a couple of different measures the council could take that could improve the success of a county-owned grocery store. So Sir Teachout, who's a professor at Fordham University, specialized in anti-law, wrote in sort of emulation of the Robin Patton Act was passed in 1936, which made it legal for large grocery store chain like Walmart to use side pressure distributors to take better deals. Now, the Robinson Amendment actually still exists. It's on the federal level, but it has not been enforced since the 1980s. And it has been alleged by folks at the Institute of Local Self-Reliance that the end enforcement of the Robinson Amendment has been a major driver in the development of food designation wide. Professor Teach also suggested that building food hubs connect dependent grocers to local farms, also helping down the cost of food in underserved areas. Thank you.
Thank you. Question, my colleagues? Mr. No.
There was a suggestion of local governments and something similar to the Robinson Act. Mr. Max, when you have authority to act, something like that, how would we force?
Well, we have to work out possible preemption issues. We would have to look at, I believe that FTC Act, so we would look and see its creation, what it was meant to be.
It seems like other jurisdictions are looking at local law, then we have to see it. So it's preemptive federal law, more state law. That'd be important to look at. Top of my head, I can't imagine how we would enforce this against the major national food stores. It should force.
Right.
Because municipalities are asking us to do.
Yeah.
Right. And the Maryland has anti-trust laws too. That's
I mean, it's a good idea, but not a good if we can't force it.
Right.
That's correct.
Yep. All right. Thank you. Appreciate it. Appreciate all your hard work. Thank you so much. All right. So now we'll move to CR 9225, a resolution concerning a disability study for a county-owned grocery store pilot program.
County-owned grocery store pilot program. This is authorizing the development and completion of a small feasibility study to evaluate the potential for establishing a county-owned and operated store in the county, assessing site selection, financial viability, operational models, and community impact, and ensuring the store operates on a cost-neutral basis to the county. We received comment from the Office of Central Services, the Georgia County Oil Conservation District, and the Economic Development Corporation, which begin on page 23 of your binder, and the policy is on page 30. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you. Do we have any additional information from policy group?
Good afternoon, Madam Chair.
Noda.
Once again, my name is David Noda, and as you're touched, you'll find a report on page 3 of your vertical binder. I only had an additional comment, which was that the legislative with the Economic Development Corporation estimated the cost of the study would be between $55,000 and $115,000, depending on the scope and complexity. The recommendation pursues the higher end and more expensive study. This includes their direct costs and anticipated consultant costs. I previously estimated the cost of the study to be close to $200,000 based on being set aside for a previous feasibility study. I would defer to the DC and endorse their estimate. Thank you.
Thank you. Now turn to the offer law. Ms. Bell.
Thank you, Madam Chair. We have the opportunity to review CR 92 and 5 to be the least sufficient.
Thank you. We'll turn this on to the executive liaison.
Thank you, Madam Chair. The administration is in favor of this bill. We're asking for verbal consideration. Thank you.
Thank you. Now turn to Sponsor, Council Chair, Vice Chair Oriana.
Thank you. And thank you all for your presentation. I have many questions as well because I've been working in food advocacy even before I came here. I don't need to the National Farm to School Network as a senior director. So food advocacy and understanding policies to take farm to school is something I'm really passionate about. And so thankful for the Port Administration because, what we see, especially by the bill in my district, is one of the reasons why I'm changing the legislation is because of what happened in season. We know that we tried models, asking grocery stores to come. We have worked this state around incentivizing them based on tax incentives. They're working on the model of nonprofit, and that didn't work. So I think it would be beneficial for us to take a step back and look at all possible models of nonprofit, publicly owned, hybrid, even a partnership with a larger brand. I open, right? The concept is just what does it look like and what role government should play, making sure that we have these options and we bring grocery stores into communities, because I feel like it's our responsibility to do so. And so I think taking the opportunity to look at it and the stakeholders to the table that understand better I do would be helpful. I do have one amendment. One amendment on essential services there. And I believe it needs to check to redevelopment authority and the economic development corporation to lead the conversation. From my understanding, especially since procurement was state essential services, that they might not be the right agency to be part of leading the conversation. So that's the only amendment I have. There's not any question or comment because I'd like to make that 1 minute.
Okay. It has been moved and seconded that we amend the resolution. That's line page 1, line 20. It says Office of Central Services and change it to Office of Development Authority and Economic Development Corporation. Is there further discussion? Hearing none, clerk, please call the roll.
Madam Chair.
I vote aye.
Councilmember Gay, Councilmember Deneau, Councilmember Oriana. Motion House 3-0.
And I'd like to, I guess we now draft 2 or move it will amended.
It has moved and seconded to move draft to favorable as amended. Is there any other discussion? Seeing none, Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Madam Chair.
Vote aye.
Councilmember Doga. Councilmember Oriana. Motion carries 0.
Thank you. And I just say thank all of you for all your work on this. And thank you, Council Chair Vice Chair Oriana, for her leadership on this. This is a great idea.
This is a resolution concerning establishment of the Georgia County Community Build Compact. The purpose is encouraging the creation of a community building compact, voluntary public-private initiative that encourages anchor institutions to meet local procurement goals, specifically increase contracting with Black-owned business and participate in a broader county effort to build equitable community-based economic development. We received constant support with suggested amendments from the Office of Procurement, and we also have a copy from Mr. Benegas on page 43.
Thank you, Ms. Tutt. Mr. Benegas on the policy group.
Thank you, Madam Chair, and afternoon members of the committee. For the record, Mr. Roger Benegas, and I'll be writing you a brief review of CR 6025. The resolution outlines that participating institutions should encourage voluntary commitments such as spending at least 10% of total annual procurement, local Black-owned business, and increasing contracting with local minority business enterprise, CEs, cooperatives, or worker-owned business, and participating share reporting on procurement equity and local economic impact. Institutions that sign on to the compact should be able to receive 1. Technical assist matchmaking services, the county's Office of Central Services, as Mr. stated, should change to Office of Procurement, and ED. Number 2, public recognition and awards through annual equity action or application. And 3, priority consideration for county supported programs, incentives, development, and partnership. Along with this, the committee should enter to memorandum of understanding MOU with participating institutions to formalize goals, data sharing agreements, and mutual responsibilities. The adoption of CR 80 2025 will likely have adverse fiscal impact on the county to the extent the compact require additional staff management. The Office of Procurement stated that while the scope of work cannot be determined at this time, the technical assistance and matchmaking services Act of program requires additional staff, as our agency does not have established technical assistance program devoted staff to perform the services required. The adoption of CR 8625 may have a favorable indirect impact on the county. And once again, the Office of Procurement stated that the implementation and coordination of the compact will help increase procurement opportunities and establish relationships with local stakeholders outside the county. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Brittis. Can you repeat where we changed the agency, where that is?
We'll defer to Mr. Corey Jefferson.
Okay. Before I turn to the Mr. Jefferson. Yeah, just push the person. There you go.
Good afternoon. Corey Jefferson, Legislative Policy Officer with the Office of Procurement. I believe the amendment just provides one to refer to
Okay, I get it. It's
Okay.
page 2.
Oh, yeah.
The top, where it's line 1, currently reads Office of Executive Partnership with Economic Development Corporation. I think it says Central Services. It should say Office of Procurement.
Okay. I believe it's incorporated in draft 2.
There.
Okay, thank you. I don't have. Okay. Out to thank you so much to Officer Ms.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Also, law is still very concerned that this may present a challenge to the equal protection clause of the Constitution because the resolution in itself not race neutral, although it's encouraging and voluntary. Recognize that I'm still very concerned could potentially lead to a challenge the equal protection clause. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Bell. I'll turn to Owens from County Executive's Office.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I'm reading Deputy for staff note. I thought there was Second Amendment, page 2, line 3. It kind of hard to read his handwriting. I would defer.
Okay, got it. Yeah, there will be.
It's my understanding the administration is favorable to this resolution as amended. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I'll now turn to Spot.
But I'm very apologetic about centering Black voices and specifically Black and Brown communities. And I think this is an opportunity for us to really create incentive. It's voluntary in nature, but allowing some of our bigger partners that already do business in the county to do better when it comes to procurement, when it comes to working with and spending money with businesses and businesses of color. And it's voluntary in nature, which is usually what I asked to do. I did voluntary from the start because I think that allowing the incentives, recognition, incentives when it comes to party, when we do have programs, funding opportunities, or partnership opportunities for organizations, takes pledge and commit to doing that, and then also have data back up they're actually doing it. Really a game changer. I always feel this. It's not one solution gets us there, but we have to look at every single thing, do every aspect of procurement and partnership development. If we want to get to end result, we're really building wealth in Prince County, and we tend to talk about is building wealth in African Black communities. I do have some additional amendments. The first amendment is on page 2 under sorry, my line's cut off, so I'm not sure the line. Yeah, but it is what is priced out of the code. I know there's a resolution, but where it says technical assistant and matchmaking service through county office of procurement and EC, that would stricken. That would no longer exist. Hosting, yep. So it would start with would receive public recognition. So that would be removed. And the second section, be it they're resolved, the county should create a process with participating institutions formalize goals. So instead of the formal word MOU, but the county will create a process. So it could be MOU, it could be a pledge, there's some flexibility for what process will be for the organizations that are participating. And those are my 2 amendments.
Okay.
Address 2.
Thank you. And I do have a question. So when come up, what's the timeline for this? Is there a report due, or are they supposed to come back to you with some information? With that well compact. Okay. I was wondering.
Have built in a, as I'm missing it, a reporting mechanism. We could add that. I'd be open to adding that once it's up and running, you say 12 months after it's launched, that we get a report back as council on how people are participating.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna add that amendment as well.
Okay.
So 12 months.
Go back to previous amendment.
Sure.
You said county create formal process
With participating institutions, so it starts back up participating institutions to formalize goals, data sharing, and mutual responsibilities.
That would be striking enter into a memorandum of understanding.
Correct. And
So go ahead.
all right, and to my colleague point, adding another amendment that after the program launch, that 12 months after that, a report will do to council.
12 months after launch.
Mhm.
Report we do to council. Okay.
Clarity, this in addition to the which that calls for a progress report on
Who was that?
page 3, number 3.
Numbers produce annual
Oh, there you
compact progress report to share county. Okay, so
I missed. I was like, I gotta put a reporting mechanism
Yeah, I
in
can
here.
find it.
Yeah,
I apologize.
usually the end.
Yeah,
so
you-
that's where I was to look, and it was
okay.
there.
Can we move it to them? What do you think? Or you keep it in there? Keep
I'm-
it where it is. I just want to make sure we know that it's
Yeah.
there. It says be there for results.
Right.
So we're good.
I'm using it at the bottom.
Me too.
Okay, so we don't the last amendment.
Yeah, perfect. Thank you for bringing that up,
No
Jack.
problem.
All right.
So I'm the motion of the amendment.
Okay. All right. It has been moved and seconded that the draft 1 be amended.
No, just 2.
Two,
The
sorry,
amendment.
be amended. I'll just repeat the amendments. We're all clear. Page 2, line 2, strike Office of Central Services and put Office of Procurement. Go down to under number 1, after be for resolved institution signed onto the compact, it'd be eligible to receive, strike number 1, that whole sentence. And then after number 3, on that same area, it should be further resolved. The county should create a formal process with participating institution where you strike, enter into memorandum of understanding. And then page 3, nothing there because we already have an annual compact report. So it is moved and seconded. Madam Clerk, please call.
Madam Chair,
I vote.
Councilmember.
Aye.
Councilmember Oyat.
Aye.
Motion holds 3-0 amendments.
The motion to move favorable as amended.
All right. It has been moved and seconded to go favorable as amended. Madam Clerk, please call.
Madam Chair,
Aye.
Councilmember Denoga. Councilmember Oyat.
Aye.
Motion holds 0.
Thank you. Okay, that's fine. But I'll go over them. Yeah, through. Okay. Thank you. Thanks so much. All right, we will now move to CR 8725, a resolution concerning minorities as enterprise contractor initiative. And I'll turn to Ms. Stott for review.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Sir 8725, Proposed Draft 2, on page 51. This is a resolution concerning the Minority Business Prime Contractor Initiative. Purpose is encouraging establishment of a pilot cohort program to support development and advancement of county-based minority business enterprise subcontractors into prime contract on construction projects, provide target training, technical assistance, mentorship, access to procurement and contract opportunities in partnership with Economic Development Corporation, the Office of Central Services, and the Office of Procurement. Page 55, you will find comments from the Office of Procurement, and also you find comments from the Office of Central Services in support with suggested amendments. We also received a statement from the Office of Law, which reviewed legislation and finds it may be a legal impediment to adoption. And you also have a copy from Mr. Bennett on page D. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Mr. Todd. Mr. Bennett from the Policy Group.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Good afternoon again. The resolution outlines eligible participants should, 1, pass a current MBE certification recognized by Prince George County, and 2, demonstrate at least 2 years subcontract experience on public or private sector projects, and 3, submit interest, capability profile, and references. Resolution all states that the county should establish a selection committee to evaluate applicants and select 5 participants annually based on established criteria. Economic Development Corporation, EDC, Office of Procurement shall submit an annual report to the County Council with 90 days of the close of each program cycle detailing 1, co-participant progress and outcomes, 2, contracting awards for procurement advancements attained, and 3, recommendations for program improvement potential expansion. The adoption of SR 87-25 should not have a direct fiscal impact on the county, but for the impact on civil services will have a positive impact on our agency as it will help develop synergy, internal county agency stakeholders, and enhance our supply diversity program. Thank you.
Thank you. I will turn now to the sponsor.
Thank you. So I met with the administration, and they have agreed because they're a companion piece of legislation for contractors, and there was another one around general industry and procurement practices, both to run a pilot program. As my colleagues know, I advocated last year during the budget cycle to get $1 million aside specifically to run this program. So I have every intention of getting it up and running, but I agreed to work with the county executive team and procurement offline to work on what the program look like and set passing it in resolution. I look forward to you all setting a meeting for us to work out so we don't lose funding that we've allocated to this program. For now, make a motion, hold definitely.
It has moved second to hold CR 87-2025 definitely. No further conversation. Madam, please call roll.
Madam Chair,
Aye.
Councilmember Denoga. Councilmember Oyat. Motion to hold case 3-0.
Thank you. We'll now move to CR 97-25, resolution concerning deferred election development impact fees. Start with review, Mr. Todd.
Thank you, Madam Chair. CR 97, a resolution concerning deferred election development impact fees. The purpose is requesting the Maryland General Assembly to amend statutory provisions governing development impact fees to authorize the deferral of development impact fee payment until the issuance of use and occupancy permits. The purpose of management and budget provide comments in opposition, noting negative impact on the agency, which can be found on page 65. I provided informative and detailed comments on page 68. Thank you, Ms. Harris and Director Abraham. Harris had leave. And Planning Department comment on page 70, and we have pop from Mr. Nate on page 72. And when all the Office of Law submitted technical limits for legislation. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you. We'll turn to the policy group, Mr. Bennett.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I have no additional comments. I'll turn to serving for additional amendments as well, or technical amendment actually.
Mr. Irvin.
Thank you, Madam Chair. This is just to adjust the request from Fiscal for the technical amendment. It is just striking where it says Maryland Annotated Code Article 17 instituted in Prince George's County Code. So page 1, lines 10, 13, 16, and 20, and on page 2, line 27. It's just correcting the rest.
Thank you. I'll now move to the Office of Law.
Thank you, Madam Chair. No additional comments that address our concerns.
Thank you. All right. Can we executive liaison so?
On this, based on my notes, for the sponsor.
Thank you. Ms. Ivy is here, one of the sponsors of the
Yes.
Councilman Ivy.
I just want to remind everyone that this is a resolution asking the General Assembly to give us permission to do this. This doesn't specify in any way how it would do it or what projects it would affect. It just gives us permission. It's like Montgomery County got the permission some years ago. They've implemented it the way they want to implement it, but they go to the state to ask for permission.
Thank you. Are there questions from committee members? Mr. Duca?
We'll talk about a couple of things. Yeah, I want to take restrictions or limitations. I don't know the way to do that since it's just a request, but I would put a couple words in the resolution, resolve portion, where it says, allowing the governing body ensures just defer. This will make that to option to defer. Make clear we don't want flexibility.
Thank you. Moriarty, question?
Just a comment. I think to the point that Councilor Genoa is getting at, I think we talked about a little bit in General Assembly that the idea is something that we are open to exploring, but exactly what it looks like, we want some flexibility. So the General Assembly is prepared to work on this and this list of discussions, but we feel more comfortable not have it paired with the resolution and language, but working online with delegation to work on land and the administration based on some of the concerns that they have as well. So I have a motion to hold indefinitely.
All right, second. It's been moved and seconded to hold CR 9725. Any further discussion? Hearing none, Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Madam Chair,
Vote aye.
Councilmember Durno.
Aye.
Councilmember Oya.
Aye.
Motion hold carries 3-0.
Thank you. We'll now move to CR 104 2025, resolution concern Princes County economic development. We'll start over from Mr. Tutt.
Madam Chair, CR 104 2025 is a resolution concerning Georgia County economic development. The purpose is urging the Maryland General Assembly to provide Georgia County with additional economic tools to support the development of key industry within the county. On page 79, you will find a policy and fiscal impact statement from Mr. Benegas. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Attorney Bernice.
Madam Chair, for the record, policy analysis and political impact was written by May Miller White, and she did that CR 425 urged the General Assembly to provide Princes County with additional economic tools to support local economy through business development, job growth, and diverse tax base. This is encouraged to be done through supporting legislation that will authorize county to implement additional tax credit programs in strategic areas. This includes, but is not limited to, restaurant acceleration tax credits with capital outlay. Currently, there are a few incentives that directly address the restaurant industry within the county, based on a recent poll conducted by the 3E consulting group on what retail business people would like to see in Princes County. Sit-down restaurant led the poll at 9%. This demonstrates there is interest in this industry. Additional incentives to attract business may be required to jumpstart these efforts. The adoption of UR 10425 will have a direct fiscal impact. Adoption of case tax base.
Thank you, Mr. Bernice. I will now turn to the Office of Law.
Thank you, Madam Chair. We've had the opportunity to review CR 105 to be legal event.
Thank you. I'll turn Ms. Sonia Owens in the County Executive Office.
You, Madam Chair, the administration is asking for favorable consideration of this legislation. Thank you.
Thank you. I'll now turn to sponsor, Council Vice Chair Ortha.
Thank you. And echo what I've said earlier around how do we bring economic development. That is a priority of myself, council leadership with chair. This legislation is just another resolution. It's just another example of that came to when I was working with our leaders around trying to figure out incentives around restaurants at Beltway. And we sat down, there were a lot of guardrail on the type of incentive we actually give to development. And so asking the state to get some flexibility to allow us to cater our incentive around what we need most around economic development, I think will be crucial in the next few years when we start to really try to bring this here, try to look at a robust list of options. Right now, we focus on housing, and as you know, that's one of the things that harms us, that we're a bedroom community. So we have to move our incentives away from just housing, but into retail, restaurants, commercial spaces. So I hope that we get a favorable vote and hope it passes on this level.
If there are no further comment, I'd like to favorable.
Okay.
Any further discussion? Seeing none, Madam Clerk, call the roll.
Madam Chair,
Vote aye.
Councilmember Noga.
Aye.
Councilmember Oya.
Aye.
Motion favorable hold 3-0.
Thank you. Now, SP legislation, CR 17 2025, a resolution concerning compensation benefits, general schedule employees, salary schedule G. We'll start with a review, Mr. Tutt.
Thank you, Chair. CR 17 2025 is a resolution concerning compensating and benefits for general schedule employees, salary schedule G. The purpose is amending the South Plan account to reflect modified rates for general schedule employees for fiscal year 2026. The resolution would amend the salary plan for GCL employees reflect 2% cost of living adjustment and a merit increase for fiscal year 2026 to eligible employees. At the discretion of the county executive, employees in exempt service may receive any combination of merit increase and or bonus in amount less than or to exceed 3.5% of employee current salary. On page 112, you will find a buffer from Mr. Nags.
Thank you, Mr. Tutt. Now move Mr. Bernays from the policy group.
The cost of living adjustments, clause, and merit payments to paid out of fiscal year 2026, which is approximately $50,289,406. The current number of employees covered by this agreement is 1,556. This includes DCIOs, directors, and a breakdown is provided on page 3 at the bottom of the pack. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Nagus. I'll turn to Ms. Bell of Law.
Thank you, Madam Chair. We've had the opportunity to review CR 107 and for it to be legally session.
Thank you, Ms. Bell. Turn to Ms. Oates, County Executive Office.
Thank you, Madam Chair. We're asking for favorable consideration of this legislation. Thank you.
Thank you very much. As I'm the chair, are there any questions? All right, I'd like to move favorable on CR 107-2025.
So,
It has been moved and seconded to move favorable on CR 107-25. No further discussion. Madam, please call roll.
Madam Chair,
Vote aye.
Councilmember Durda,
Aye.
Councilmember Oyler,
Aye.
motion favorable 3-0.
Thank you very much. Is motion to adjourn.
I'll move.
Thank you. Thank you. As moved to adjourn, we are now adjourned.